Now today in our series on everyday heroes, we have a story of immense sadness and courage. The story of a father who was determined to keep his family together despite enormous odds. Without food, safe sanitation, or the means to keep warm this past winter, staying healthy was almost impossible for him. The family told their story to Health E-News Services, Anna Maria Lombard.
Very often, families who struggle financially split up, even if temporarily. Kids go and live with extended family who can help out. But Herbert Bantsejang was determined that his family would stay together. Last year, Herbert became chronically ill and lost his job. They couldn't afford even the shack they were renting. Nearby, RDP houses were being built, and Herbert had been on a waiting list. It seemed like a miracle when they finally got to move into their own house.
Extension 24. Ko di sentlo ntlo ka ko pleke rileng right abaran plela rene o tla bona go tla bereka en ka rona o tla irang ka ke gopola gone mo jareng eo ke le gore go tsena meeting ene mo councilor ba bua gore ne wezikeng ka re matlo ana gona le botsetsinyana be ka re ba direga ene gona le eng le re kopile gore o mongwe le o mongwe a tsamaye go tsena mo ntlong ya gagwe khone go idisa gore la batho ba tsena mona ba re ba tlotsa dingwe ba itlhele go rote a go tsentse bo di festere ba itlhele go rote ka re ntlo a sena ope batho ba khona ba tlotsa di festere tse ba tlotsa di handle ba tlogela.
A year later, and the dream was now a nightmare. The unfinished house they'd moved into to prevent further looting was never completed. Imagine an RDP house with an illegally connected yard tap, no basin or electricity, and a bucket toilet. That was never the idea behind RDP houses. When we met Herbert, he'd been on antiretroviral therapy for 4 months, and he'd just finished TB treatment. But he was really struggling to recover. The family blamed the unfinished house.
Na go ba nnete la ke feel sapo ka go ba papa wa kula ha gona metsi ha gona nix ene le gona ke gona re mokeletsa go for go ga kula ka go ba re tla bega nageng kwa ga go tsa di khong re tlo go besa re metsetsa musi go re tla go kgona go apaya montle ya no gona nix se se siamang ha re go bankanywa ka mo go senyega ka.
Over the weeks that we visited, some in the freezing winter, we saw cupboards that were almost always empty and few clothes and blankets. The family of 8 lived on Herbert's 900 Rand disability grant and that of his son, who has epilepsy. Despite hardship, the grants allowed the family to stay together. Dikeledi feels the lesson in their situation is clear. Know your health status and plan for when you get sick.
Ore a itse tla ga go testa gore at the time a tlo go kulang a ba itse go setsa etse bana ba gage seng gore ha bo bomotsetse bo tlo go kena a ba itse gore eseng o serile mo family.
Discovering that he had HIV only when he was already very sick meant that antiretroviral treatment came too late.
One of the things that frustrates me is that people coming with HIV at a very advanced stage, so they claim they catch up. So they've often lost large amounts of weight. They have to eat back to their target weight, which can take weeks and months and sometimes even a year or two if they don't have access to adequate food. If they tested really early and they got into antiretrovirals and treatment properly in time, they would never get that deficit.
3 months after our last visit, Herbert passed away. The house has since been finished, but it came too late.
Ya wa bona nama edeke ba ke re ke banka fa ngwane ko gore le ka sane ba se ba tloga ba tshwana le nna gore se salang gore tshantse ba itseng pele ba tsama be go treatment ba go di clinic tsa bontshe di gaufi ba go testa ene ba se ba tshaba ka gore ba tshabe gore ne mangwe tla ntha a reng or go diragala